Check for level. Okay, looks good to me. Doesn't look too hot, not too cold. Let's get into this. So I just wanted to share this recording that I had. It's one of my later recordings of raiding with Serenity. This is my goodbye, I guess, because the guild decided to stop raiding. I was on a 17-day trip over Christmas and New Year's break, and I came back and a lot of people were gone. There are still some people around, and I'm not really sure what I'm going to do, but I just wanted to make this video to honor some of the time that we had together and some of the experiences that I had. So this is a recording of AQ40, BWL, and I guess I just wanted to pay tribute to some of my favorite people, some of the really nicest, coolest people, and just say thank you. Thank you for bringing me in. I know I joined Classic late, so there were lots of things that I needed to adapt to and get used to. There were new norms, it's a new meta. When I played in vanilla, things were very, very, very different. Of course, computers were crap, CRT monitors and so on, but just seeing so many people who know this game and know what to do, when to do it, who understand the mechanics, who understand pretty much everything. In the beginning of Classic, when I first leveled Kukos, I was really disappointed because everybody was just farming everything endlessly, and it felt like just a grind. And I know that's kind of a cliche thing to do, to complain about grinds, but I don't mind grinds. Personally, I liked it. I liked farming my own consumables, but unfortunately, I think there was a certain amount of elitism that was unnecessary, like I've researched this, I've Googled this, I've been on Wowhead, so I know better, and that's okay. It's just all right, carrying on. So you'll see that I was tanking Twin Emps, and that was a lot of fun. But the funny thing is that in the beginning, when I first joined the guild, I think it was in September. No. Yeah, it was like September or something. I had just come back from Montana and I decided to resub. But, they kind of took a chance on me, I guess. And because I know the game, because I did it before in vanilla, and because I love tanking, I got some gear thrown my way. It didn't happen right away, of course. I had to farm a lot of it myself. But I enjoyed getting to know people that way, playing with Kaylee, playing with Clanked, playing with Beat, with Scott, and with Joker, Arnie. These are just a few names, and we got another group that came in later on. So there were lots of you that I really enjoyed playing with. Unk and Sticko, Thunder. I really enjoyed playing this game with a lot of your personalities, because I think a lot of you just enjoyed this game, and you also enjoyed sharing it with people. And while things weren't perfect, while guild dynamics kind of moved around a little bit, and as the holiday season comes around and hemorrhages guilds from the inside, it's tricky. But I just want you to know there were some things that I had to relearn, and thank you for your patience. Thank you for your generosity. And I hope that you can look back on these moments like Bug and doing these encounters and going to raid together, trying to get it done quickly. I can appreciate the really, really hard times, like when we had 30 people and we were trying to pull off AQ40 and it just didn't work out. We had a repeat of that a little bit later on where we had to sacrifice a couple bosses, but we still got a lot done, and I was very impressed with that. That was really cool. Doing Cthulhu with like 32 people it's pretty badass. But I heard Classic was going to come out, and after raiding hardcore in vanilla, and then in BC and in Wrath, before finally pretty much calling it quits, I was excited. I was really, really excited for the game to come back, and I was excited to tank the entire time. So it was a pleasure to come into the game with all the knowledge and the better computer and all that, and to experience it again, to go through the rating cycle again and enjoy it. You guys had it down to a T. I mean, wasn't perfect, of course, but it was nice to have a group that was coordinated and still friendly. I didn't get this feeling that people were going to get shouted at, although it did happen. Rogues on Sartura. It did happen. And we definitely struggled with Visitus a couple times. But Sis, Falari, you guys were very generous and very nice. And yeah, I just don't regret a thing, man. Eventually, of course, I may show some footage of Nax pretty soon here. Eventually, of course, we were progressing in Nax, and that really was a Serenity for me. It was nice to take this cool group of people that was already established and go into Nax together and really give it a solid push. I think, of course, I wish that I had more gear when I joined you guys. I wish I already had Edge Masters when I joined, but yeah, I spent so many hours farming just to keep my consumables up and also farm trinkets and other pieces of gear, other best in slot items. And it's tough, man. Being a warrior in Classic is tough because you have to spend a lot of your time farming yourself. And the good thing about Fury Prod is that you can do that. Back in the day, not many people were doing Fury Prod, if at all. But it was actually fun to farm sometimes. I like the world PvP in Winter Spring. I think it would have been a lot better if we coordinated and farmed as a group, personally. But yeah, Warrior was a lot of fun. And in Nax, you can really feel the difference between having gear and not having gear. You can feel the difference between knowing what to do and how to play versus otherwise. But really, I think the dynamic between healers and tanking is huge. And some of the time in this guild, I felt really confident about healers, and that's saying something. I mean, there were plenty of times where I thought, okay, that's it. We're toast, or I'm toast, and they pulled it out. It was amazing. Hopefully they enjoyed that. Anyway, I don't really have much else to say. You can just sit here and watch bosses die and fast forward. I think it's like 4 times speed, 8 times speed, something like that. But thank you again for having me. And Scott, it was a pleasure to meet you. Doesn't have to be the end, of course, even as things change in real life and in the world, and regardless of what happens next, I have some ideas about that, some information about that, and I'm just I'm glad that we could be here together at this time. So good luck to you wherever you're going, wherever you are. Good luck, and yeah, I hope you enjoy the people you're with and what you're doing. Thanks.